Hello guys, and welcome back to the Panel by Panel Comics YouTube channel with me, your host Jay. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. Time to go to my local comic shop and get the new pulls for the new week. Alrighty, made it to Collected Comics and Games. Let's go get the pulls. Alrighty guys, I made it back inside, got the fat stack this week, but before I show you guys, if you are new to the channel, please hit that like button and that subscribe button as well for nearly daily comic books content all throughout the week. Today, obviously, my new comic book day vlogs. Yesterday, my top 10. Monday, my panel by panel comic reviews, and then Friday, I do my buy or sells with shorts posted all throughout. Well, let's go ahead, whip the books out, show you what I pulled for this week, and I will say, it is quite a lot. I think it was 25 total books. Here, I'll take out the comic shop news, put that down at the bottom. But yeah, fat stack this week. My wallet is mad at me, but I don't care. It's what I like to... Everybody loves comic books. I love comic books. It's fine. But we'll start off with the top. This is Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon, the finale issue to this series. Still Chip Zdarsky doing the writing and Luca Maresca doing the artwork. This is the finale, and where we left off at the end of the previous issue is this going on. A big fight between Wolverine and I believe that is either Nuke or the other character that runs the facility. But we're going to see David Coulson, Logan, all battle trying to break out Tyler, the character that is kind of being trapped by the government. They're trying to make him be their villain or work for them, and the whole story revolves around this origin box, which is huge because that's what keeps all the heroes turning into heroes in their series or in this universe. We'll see how it goes. It will definitely be on my panel by panel comic review. Can't wait to read that. One of the biggest books of the week, we have Absolute Flash, issue 15. This is the fallout from the Mirror Master arc. We'll see who the new villain for this next arc will be. Linda and Wally looking like they might be going up against a Parasite-looking creature. I'm not quite sure who that could be because we already had Parasite and Absolute Superman, but we can also see how that goes on in here. Looks like Wally might see his future self in this issue. That will be interesting. Can't really know what's going on too much. We will continue to have Wally and Linda being their romantic selves in this series. Can't wait to read it. Absolute Flash, one of the most anticipated books coming out this week. It'll definitely be on my panel by panel comic review. Next, without a doubt, the most anticipated book coming out this week. We have AGA. This is Absolute Green Arrow. I got the B cover. That looks so good. I don't want to spoil it too much. I'll show you just after the previews, the first couple pages after the previews. So we see Black Canary, Absolute Black Canary, what she looks like. She's very buff, very strong. And I'll show you this a little bit too. That looks terrifying. 2 arrows through the head, through the eyes of a character. I can't wait to read this. This is going to be on my buy or sell coming out this Friday, so make sure you guys are tuned in for that. This is definitely going to be one of the best books of the week, I assume. I was talking to my friends in the local comic shop. They said it lives up to the hype. It is very good. The artwork's amazing, and the story is definitely worth it. Another DC book. Heavy DC week, we have Deathstroke the Terminator. This is going to be Deathstroke going against Deathblow and Deadshot. We saw them basically shoot down Deathstroke at the end of the previous issue. Looks like the lettering might be a little bit bigger, not quite sure. I know a lot of people had issues with the lettering in this series. It looks like it's the same letterer Not quite sure if he just made a change after the first issue. We'll see. But we're going to get a whole lot of appearances from different characters in this issue. We'll see if Deathstroke can make it out alive, or if he will not. Of course he will. But how will he make it out alive? You're going to have to read this to find out. Next, one of the favorite books that always comes out whenever it does come out. This is End of Life, and this is going to be more of a throwback issue. We're going to get more of the story between Eddie and his father and how they truly fell out and why they both hate each other. Of course, we know they're starting to come around to each other now, but we'll see what happened at the very beginning of their relationship to see what happened. George is also confronted by Drathar, and is George going to end up killing him? Is Drathar going to end up killing him? Who knows? You're going to have to read this book to find out. End of Life, Kyle Stark, Steve Pugh doing a great job with this DC Vertigo title. Next, go over to Image Comics. We have G.I. Joe. This is issue number 22. Joshua Williamson still creating a great story. We're going to get Crystal Ball, like you saw on the cover page in this issue. Also going to get some Cobra Law with Cobra Commander. We saw at the end of the previous issue, they kidnapped Scarlet, the G.I. Joes did, and they're bringing her back to base. We'll see if they talk about that in this issue, or if they postpone that for a later issue, or maybe with the Mask issue 1. We'll see what happens here in G.I. Joe issue number 22. Always a good book. Highly recommend you jump on now. Probably a good time too, since we're about to start a new arc. Next, going back to DC, I think this might be one of the last DC books I have for this week. It's a massive, massive haul this week. There's so many books. But this is Lobo issue number 3. Lobo has to go get a psych eval. How is that going to go for him? I have absolutely no clue. Jorge Corona's artwork is worth the book price alone of only $4. That's a huge reason why I still continue to get this issue. 1, for Jorge Corona's artwork, and 2, because it's only $4. But we're going to get Lobo's psych eval in this issue. Also going to get a flashback to his childhood. See what he looked like as a child. See how he came to become the crazy Zarnian that he is today. Can't wait to read more about it and see kind of why Lobo is the way he is. So that's what's going to happen in issue number 3. Next, we have Narco. This is issue 3. I got a variant cover because I think it looks really, really cool. Got a little bit of design on the back. This is written by Doug Wagner. Art is done by Daniel Hilliard. This is picking up with the character of, oh my gosh, I'm blanking out on his name. But anyways, he's basically doing research, trying to find out who killed the love of his life. He's setting up all these traps, setting up all these things to try to find out who it is. And the artwork is always going to be really good. It fits everything that Doug Wagner does, because him and Hilliard have been teamed up for so long now. We're going to get some more talking with the cops in this issue, and we'll see how it goes. This is interesting. It's always a solid book each and every month. Might not be the best thing on comic shelves, but it's definitely not the worst. It's always a worthy read. Next, going back to DC. This book, if it's not good, I will drop it. This is New Titans, issue number 35. I got the variant cover with Stargirl and Nightwing. I just need more from the story. I don't know how I feel about this arc with Cyborg and the fallout from DCKO. It feels a little bit pushed. This one's going to continue with the not breakup, but we know that they were trapped in this false reality by the evil Cyborg after he had to split himself into 2 between the robot self and the human self. And they're still trying to find out if these New Titans are good, how to get out of this fake world. Is Cyborg really still Cyborg? Who knows? But honestly, I want a little bit more with the story. But I believe in Tate Bromble. I just hope that he can compel me to keep getting this book if this issue is good enough. Next, we have an issue 1 that will most definitely be talked about on Buy or Sell. This is Odin, issue number 1. This is written by James Tynion. This is a James Tynion book, also with Margaret Bennett writing it, and Letitia Kidonichi does the artwork. Artwork on the inside looks pretty eerie, looks pretty good. A lot of red, some pinks, a lot of black. The only white that you're getting is the boxing of the panels. We'll see how this goes. I really always forget what the synopsis for these books are whenever they're not the biggest thing coming out. This is one of the Onion books. I forget what James Tynion's company is called. Tiny Onion. And this is going to be an interesting style of book. We know James Tynion, one of the best horror writers going right now in all of comics, if not the best, with The Exquisite Corpses, Something Killing the Children, so many different books that he has created and made into huge franchises. We'll see how this story goes. Looks like it's going to be a quick read, but maybe that's not a bad thing. We'll see. It's going to be on my buy or sell. I'll let you guys know if it is a buy or a sell. That video comes out this Friday. Another book going to be on that video. It's going to be Of the Earth. This is issue number 1 from Image Comics. This is a book by Chris Condon and it is written by Charlie Adler. Now this is focusing more on a Texas style oil field graveyard. That's literally what the title of it is. Going to be more up my alley since I am a local Texan. I understand the oil field relatively well. I'm interested to see how this goes. Can this female cowboy make it out alive? Can she, or I guess cowgirl, can she make it out alive? Is she going to do the things that are necessary to revive the oil field? Who knows? Also, it's Charlie Condon, and I like his writing style a lot. The artwork looks really good, and I can't wait to tell you guys if it is a buy or a sell. Next issue, we have Racer X. This is issue number 7. I just finished the Speed Racer trade paperback for volume 1, so I'm still catching up with that, and then I'm going to read this trade back for Racer X. I'll show you guys a bit of the artwork on the inside. It looks pretty good, like it always does. Nuno Platti does the artwork for this series. Mark Russell's still the writer. Racer X and Speed Racer have been solid from what I read so far. We'll see if it continues with Racer X issue number 7, a Mad Cave book. Next, I was debating on putting this one on my buy or sell. It's Rockefellers. I've never read a Rockefellers issue, but this is starting the Unbelievables story arc or overall crossover with Ghost Machine. You're going to have Rockefellers, $1 Trillion Kid, Hornsby and Halo, and then one other title, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think there's one other title. So this is going to be Who Are the Unbelievables? This is a prelude with the Rockefellers, who are a family of time travelers who get stuck in this time period. It looks really interesting. The artwork is always going to be good. It's written by Peter J. Tomasi. The artist is Francis Monopole. And it looks good. Rockefellers, I'm interested. So if it's not good, I will definitely not proceed to read any more of this, I guess, series. But yeah, here's the $1 Trillion Kid on the back. I'm also picking up this issue 1, and I'll read it whenever it comes out. A book that I am most definitely going to read without a doubt as soon as possible is American Caper. This is issue number 7, 32 pages, $5. Dan Hauser, the writer. We're going to follow more of the 2 gay prisoners from Texas that broke out of the prison, and they're trying to go to Verona, Wyoming to go to that cattle ranch. We'll see the process of how they broke out and what their plans are for whenever they do. This is more of a self-contained story. We're also going to get some Marnie in this issue because things don't go well with her and her, I guess, fling that she has because she's cheating on William, and William does not know. We'll see how that goes. American Caper, always a really good book from Dan Hauser and Absurd Ventures. Next, going over to Marvel, we have The Punisher, issue number 4. We saw Frank blow his brains out in the previous issue with that memory gun or whatever it was. We'll see how he becomes the new Punisher, if his memories come back to him. And also, I just want to see him in that brand new suit. Also, what happens with this Madeline girl, the news anchor that's trying to become the biggest thing in the news world. Very interested in that. We saw her break the most recent story of Jigsaw killing all those people at the Tombstone dinner. We'll see how this goes with The Punisher. I have full faith in Benjamin Percy. It's always a great book. The Punisher was my number 2 on my top 10. A book that was up there also was The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue number 29. We're going to get Brian Naring and the Spore character It is titled Witness the Birth of Spore in the Amazing Spider-Man. So this is a first appearance. This is Joe Kelly and a new artist, Pete Woods, on the title. We're no longer getting the John Romita Jr. art, but this is definitely different. We're also going to get Daredevil in this title, so I'm interested to see how Daredevil incorporates into this series or this little arc with Spore. The artwork from Pete Woods is definitely more glossy, definitely more refined, I guess. For me, I've never been the biggest fan of Pete Woods' artwork. I didn't like it whenever he was doing the Titans title for the couple issues I got of that run. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the new art for Amazing Spider-Man. It's all right. It's not my favorite. We see the Spore character slowly incorporating. We're going to get some more of Peter's space friends in this issue and maybe some more romance with Peter and Ray. We'll see how that goes in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 29. I also got the Amazing Visions variant cover by Lee Bermejo. We see Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Captain America, Luke Cage, Iron Man, and Wolverine. I think it looks really, really cool. Next, continuing with the theme of spiders and symbiotes, we have Venom issue 258. The fallout from Death Spiral. Al Ewing doing the writing, and of course, Carlos Gomez doing the artwork. So we're going to get MJ, Venom, Dylan Brock, Flash Thompson, and Peter Parker in this issue. We saw at the end of Death Spiral, this is a spoiler warning. If you did not read Death Spiral, this might not be the best time to jump onto Venom, because MJ killed Torment at the end of the previous issue. We saw her throw him off a cliff, because we know it's also a him now. Or it was a him, I guess. Now he's dead. And we're going to get a heart-to-heart conversation with Peter and MJ and see how the fallout potentially goes after discussing what happened with Torment. Did she mean to do what she did? And what type of romance it could be in the future for MJ and Peter. Will there be a romance? Who knows? Because Peter, he's kind of flirting and kind of with that Raylith chick from whatever Earth or whatever planet it was. Don't quite know what's going on with Peter's love life, but Venom issue 258, always going to be a decent read with Al Ewing. Next, can't get this book out of its cover because I don't want to do it yet, but we have Alias. This is issue number 3. Still, Jessica Jones trying to be a PI, but Luke Cage, the mayor, her husband, they're in a fight right now. He doesn't want her to be a PI because it makes him look bad, but also, I mean, screw him, because also it's Jessica Jones. Let her do what she wants. But since they are on a bad turn right now, she has to actually team up with Typhoid Mary. And that could only mean terrible things are coming for Jessica Jones. She's trying to solve this murder. Found out who the murderer was. Some dude that collects all these different typewriters. Not quite sure where the story is going to go from there. I think it might be another big fight between them, but we'll see in issue number 3. Next, new story arc. If you're looking to jump on, we have the Fantastic Four issue 11. We're going to get Techno-Rex, Dinosaur Tech. I forget what his name is. But this is going to be a 40-page oversized issue. There's going to be a special bonus story at the end from Stan Sake. I'll show you guys that artwork real quick since it's not important to the main story. Looks pretty fun. Looks kind of like not Tetris, but Terraria, I want to say, is that game, like the alternative to Minecraft, Terraria. It looks all right. Stan Sake does the writing and the artwork for that little fun series at the end. And there is also a new artist for this issue as well with the Fantastic Four. It's Boughton. I can't quite remember how to say it. But the artist is new. Ryan North still does the writing. This is the Future Foundation issue. Basically, what's going to happen with the Future Foundation. What happens now after the Invincible Woman arc. After she came to Earth. After she kind of might have changed Sue Storm's whole philosophy on life. Who knows? We'll see, though, in Fantastic Four issue number 11. Next, got a good amount of indie books upcoming here. Actually, I'll show you my last Marvel book. One of the most important, probably, of the week. This is Reborn Ultimate Impact, issue number 1. The final book that's going to be on my buy or sell. Now, this is going to follow Miles Morales in his quest for the origin boxes after he returns from the Ultimate Universe. We'll see how that goes. He's going to be fighting Spot in this issue. Let's see also. I think it just showed who the main characters are going to be. No, it doesn't actually show, but it does have the boxes. And you see Miles Morales, and there's going to be, I believe, 4 more spots on this team for Chris Condon and Miles Morales. We'll see how it goes. Spot going to be a main character in this at least opening issue. I have faith in Chris Condon. I want to know what's going to happen, but is the Ultimate Universe being reborn? Is it being merged? I really have no clue because I jumped off of Ultimate Endgame on issue number 2. It was too much for me, so I just stopped reading. Next, we have Everyone Loves a Jewel Thief. This is issue number 2, an Ignition Press book, 1 of 2 that they released this week. This is written by Aaron Campbell, and Tim Seeley does the artwork as well for it. Aaron Campbell and Tim Seeley do the writing. Aaron Campbell also does some of the artwork. He does the artwork. This is basically exactly what it says. It follows a jewel thief and the heist that is coming about. We found the motivations out in the first issue. He's losing his job. He's trying to become a writer, but nobody can financially support him. Looks like he might be losing his wife as well, so he has to go and rob a jewelry store. And it looks like there's more flashbacks to the past of that Halloween party that they had whenever they were all younger. Not quite sure how important this issue is going to be, but if it's not good, I definitely will drop it. I love supporting Ignition Press, but sometimes a book's just not for you. And maybe this is that book, but we'll see. It'll be on my panel by panel comic review. Now, a book that's been for me the entire way through has been Murder Podcast. This is issue number 7, another Ignition Press book. We're getting closer and closer to the end because this is an 8-issue miniseries. So this is the penultimate issue. We're getting closer to the end. Will we finally get revealed what the main villain is, who he is? Is he a human? Is he an alien? Is he a demonic creature? Who knows? We'll see what Jeremy Hahn and Danny Lucker can do when they wrap up this series. It's been great all throughout. The action's great. The story's great. The characters are great. And I can't wait to see how this all wraps up in Murder Podcast. Down to the final 2, we have Neighborhood Watch. This is issue number 2 from Boom Studios. Now, we know that Cassie is missing. The, best friend of one of the characters. And I honestly can't tell you too much of how this story came to be. Sarah Gailey does the writing. Haining does the artwork. Haining also does the artwork, I believe, for Batwoman. So if you enjoy that artwork, this is a lot better in my opinion. But this follows the story of 2 different neighborhood watches. One that's more friendly and agriculture based, and one that's more secluded and gossipy. The more gossipy one, shocker, that's where the woman has been abducted from or killed. And this is going to be a hunt to find who killed her, who hurt her, and what happened. So this is going to be interesting. Looking forward to reading it on my panel by panel comic review. This is Neighborhood Watch, issue number 2. Final book. Man, this has been a big haul. This is 7 Wives, issue number 1. My final book that's going to be on my buy or sell. Now, this is essentially a dude that had 7 wives, and he's found with 7 knives in his head, and they have to find out who was the one that ended up killing him. It's really interesting. This is an IDW crime book. This is $5. I believe it's an oversized issue. The artwork on the inside looks pretty solid. I don't know anything about the creative team behind this book, but the story itself sounded intriguing. Plus, it's only a 3-issue mini. So if you want just a really quick, self-contained, but fun and mystery book, this might be it for you. We'll see how it goes, but you saw the 7 Wives there. And it's basically just a crime-solving book. Can't wait to read it. 7 Wives, going to be on my buy it or sell. Now, that's it. That's the end of the haul. But guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys are picking up this week and what book you are going to be reading first on New Comic Book Day. But remember, keep reading those comics panel by panel. I'll see you guys next time and have a great rest of your day.